Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 452. My name is Will, the town bathing beauty. I am joined as always by Ben, the real life Gordon Cole. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
How's your hearing?
It's okay. I think I can hear again. Maybe I've just gotten used to being partially deaf. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're
Did you guys
hearing.
talk about it? Did you talk about it before? Or are we just
No,
letting people
I
pick
think
up
we'll
on
get into it in a
context
little
clues?
bit right after we introduce Atticus. He's here with his pointy little head. Hi, Atticus.
Hello. I figured it out.
This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today we're talking about episode 28, aka the 21st episode of season 2, called Miss Twin Peaks. We also have a Patreon where we release a bonus hangout show every single week. That's over on patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton. It's 2026. The year of 2025 continues, where we have been piece by piece going through our best of 2025. And we will be continuing on until probably 2027. Okay, so we teased it a little bit. Ben, you had one of the more harrowing medical experiences that I didn't know you could. This happened. Do you want to say what happened?
Harrowing. You're setting the bar very. I don't know which way you.
Your ass fell off.
Low. Well, I was just. I'll come up with something more harrowing in the future, I'm sure, as I get older. But
You've heard of the detached retina.
I went to London.
And that's one of the most harrowing medical experiences you could have.
Oh,
You've seen their food, folks?
They got me sick. All of them there. They got me sick, and I came back and I got airplane sick. I don't know. I gotta be honest. When people say like, "Oh, it sucks to be sick while you travel," like, yeah, I know, but whatever. It's probably not that much different from being home. But I was sick like on the flight home, and when we descended into JFK, like I don't know, I was about to cry. It felt like my ears were gonna burst or whatever.
So you're like congested, right? And then like the pressure.
I think the pressure just pushes all the shit into your ears, deeper into your ears, or something like that. I think. And so when I landed at JFK, like I couldn't hear, and I was doing like kind of prepared to do like hand signs at the border patrol guys and whatnot. Like I can't hear, and then I was thinking to myself, would it say that on my passport, like that I'm deaf before? They'd just be like, well, you could hear.
Oh yeah, you're messing around.
Why can you not hear now? Yeah, but
you're taking the piss, aren't you? They would accuse you.
They just kind of let me through.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of let me through. But then I felt bad for the Uber driver because he was like definitely trying to talk to me, and I said it in the way where you can kind of like hear the vibrations of yourself saying it, but I can't really hear myself saying it. So I might have just been talking over him, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then thinking to myself, I'm kind of doing the Gordon Cole thing. Like I'm probably talking really loud, but he can presumably hear. So I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's like, I'm sorry. I lost my hearing on my flight. And then I was like, should I tell? It's a kind of long Uber ride home, and I've got like a mask on. So I was like, I guess if I'm doing a bad thing, I've already kind of done the bad thing. So maybe I shouldn't really worry him further by saying like, I was sick. And then I lost my hearing. So I was just like, I lost my hearing. So I'm not trying to be rude, but I can't talk. Which also sounds just like a bad excuse for like, don't talk to me.
Yeah, very nervous guy getting in an Uber trying to fabricate a ridiculous excuse, like why you should leave him alone. Yeah, I mean, pardon the phrasing here, but I had never heard of that happening. Like getting congested and then it like just ruining your hearing.
Just,
And
it
then
really hurt too. Like I don't know. Okay, I wasn't really going to do this, but the thought did cross my mind, like somebody else, somebody else might get up and knock on the pilot's door and say, could you ascend a little bit? 'Cause my ears are kind of hurting. I don't think it's
I don't think we should go down there.
I don't think we should land this plane right
You know what,
now.
guys? What's really on the ground for us anyway? You know, like what if we just stayed up here?
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, this is your captain. We're gonna do a go around. We got someone with some sore ears. We're gonna be up here for a while.
Yeah, we're out of fuel, but we'll just crash because
Would it have helped to do an ascension much slower? Or descent,
I don't think so. No, because that was the more
More
real thing that
faster.
was going through my mind was we need to land this plane faster.
Yeah.
Why is it taking so fucking long?
Mm.
So if we
Just
could have
get
like
us on the
popped it
ground.
out, maybe it wouldn't have.
Yeah. I switched over to advanced co-pilot mode, on the back. They got the thing where it's like it'll just switch between like some numbers of like what's your altitude and how far are we, and or
and if you
there's like
press the
one
right
where it's like
combination of buttons, you can actually access pilot controls.
Controls.
Yeah.
pilot controls. Yeah,
You can drive.
I did the one where it's like you can pretend that you're the pilot, and it's like the pilot's view, and it's got the moving stuff, the controls, as we say in the industry. It's got the controls there, and it at least lets you pretend that you can see like meter by meter the exact altitude instead of like, we're at 10,000 feet and now we're at 5,000 feet or
Mhm.
something like that. And I was just looking at that like,
Let's
come
get this
on,
down to zero, you
you got to
guys.
speed this up. You got
Yeah.
to speed this up just meter by meter. It was very painful.
Yeah, it sounds bad. Are you a headphones user? Like, do you think you're like on the flight?
I had the headphones on, and I
Like over ear, you got the
I-
buds.
over ear, the ones I'm wearing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think when the pain first started to register with me, I was like, what is this? And then I was thinking like maybe I've had my headphones on too long, and eventually I took my headphones off. I'm like, this is so unbearable. And then I realized like, oh, this is an airplane pressure pushing shit into your ear situation I'm having right now.
Did you try to fight the pressure back? Like you ever do like the pinch your
Oh,
nose?
yeah.
Oh, I was doing all
All
of that.
sorts of, yeah.
I was doing all of that. Yeah. Blowing, like pinch my nose and then just kind of try to blow
As a
blow
kid,
it back
I thought I
out.
invented that. Also,
That wasn't working. When I was a kid, my parents would give us bubble gum before we got on the
Oh,
plane
yeah.
too, and they're like, "Oh, rotate your jaw." And I was doing a ton of jaw rotating
Yes, sir.
at that point. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that, and you've mostly regained your hearing since.
Seems so. Yeah.
Seems so. Okay. Well,
I got quarantined. Shelly quarantined me when I got home, so
but you had to just be like, get upstairs. Just like pointing.
upstairs. Kind of was. I
She
didn't
has
see
the baby gates were up.
the air traffic control things going
Yeah.
for you.
I didn't see the first floor of my home for like 2 weeks because I was in London for a week, and then I came home and she's like up. She was like up the stairs because I was messaging her, kind of sick, and now I'm deaf.
Well, good luck. Alrighty. Well, yeah, I guess folks, if you take anything away from the pod, I guess wait until you're not congested to get on your return flight or something, or just stay in the air until you're feeling better. Then you can descend. I'm not really sure what to learn from this, but like that.
I was trying to think,
new
Don't go to
fear.
London.
What could I have done better? I'd be like, Delta, I think I'm not going to get on this flight because I don't think it's going to go well.
This
For
is an
me.
How high are you
actionable
gonna take
threat.
this one?
I'm pretty sure we have to do something about this now.
I'm gonna stay here, stay on the ground. I'm not expecting this to
I'm
go
a time
well.
traveler.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is gonna go really bad if this flight descends. You have to stay in the air. Okay, we're gonna talk about Miss Twin Peaks here. This is season 2, the second to last episode of season 2. It aired June 10th, 1991. It was directed by Tim Hunter and written by Barry Pullman. And Atticus is gonna walk us through the summary this week.
I suspect a level of chicanery that I'm landed with this description. I'm gonna say weird words this episode. A log is a portion of it. Oh, and this is the log lady intro here. A log is a portion of a tree. At the end of a crosscut log, many of you know this, there are rings. Each ring represents 1 year in the life of the tree. How long it takes to grow a tree. I don't mind telling you some things. Many things I mustn't say. Just notice that my fireplace is boarded up. There will never be a fire there. On the mantelpiece, in that jar, are some of the ashes of my husband. My log hears things I cannot hear, but my log tells me about the sounds, about the new words. Even though it has stopped growing larger, my log is aware.
This might be my favorite Log Lady intro. This one goes really hard. I like this a lot. And I've been watching the Log Lady intros. I know you guys haven't. I didn't notice if the fireplace was boarded up the whole time. But like the camera kind of zooms in on the mantle and follows as she's talking, then zooms back out to see her. It's a really, really good intro.
They didn't have the guy.
Nice, dude.
The other guy. I was gonna say Warren Zevon, but that's not him at all.
What you talking about? What are you?
The guy that dresses up as Log Lady.
Oh, Wyndham Earl.
Wyndham Earl.
They
My
should have had him
goodness.
do the intro.
See if anybody noticed.
Yeah, see if anybody notices.
I think everyone would notice. The idea of not noticing is kind of alarming. We ready?
Bobby didn't
scene?
notice.
That's true. Leo and Briggs lay chained up in the cabin. Leo finds a key that undoes Briggs' restraints and requests him to save Shelley. Earl later comes and finds that Briggs is gone. He holds up a bag to Leo, saying that he has a new game for him. Are you excited to hear about a new game potential?
Oh, great. Another Wyndham Earl game. Major Briggs easily wriggles himself out of this one. Shout out Garland, the main guy. What's going on with Wyndham's face, you guys?
I just assumed there was some costume, like he had got back from some scheme where he had to like pretend to be a corpse or something. That
I love that.
Like, something off, some unseen plot that he had gotten himself into.
Yeah, there's nothing about it in the script. Like face still white from the horse costume or whatever. It must be him. I actually really like that. It's very evocative of like, okay, we didn't actually have to see any more of his like bullshit, but we can just see him like kind of coming home and like taking off his whatever like spider catching scheme outfit was, because I think that's what he was doing there with that. And he looks like a vampire. He's got like black liquid in his mouth and stuff. I thought he had maybe already been to the Black Lodge. I thought that's maybe what happened, but I don't think that's what's going on. What do we make of Leo freeing Briggs and saying save Shelley?
I'm suspicious that they're going to try to redeem Leo, and I'm not interested.
Yeah, too little, too late.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you.
All I had to do is go through a little bit of like, what would your arc be? Like, oh, I realize beating people is bad because I was locked up and shocked myself. Like,
I mean, yeah, that seems to be the trajectory of his character here.
Boo.
Unfortunate.
Norma states her expectations to see either Shelley or Annie as the winner of the Miss Twin Peaks contest. Interesting thing to say as a judge in a competition.
I like this scene of these three hanging out and being pals here. We learned Norma won Miss Twin Peaks 20 years ago. The first Twin Peak or Miss. We find out later that it's been going on for 20 years. But yeah, she won the very first pageant. And then the three of them just kind of having some like friendly chatter. I just like getting like the slice of regular life type things in Twin Peaks, and that's what we have a little bit here. And in the script, Cooper walks in and like ruins it. I mean, doesn't actually. But he walks in and then like makes out with Annie basically, and they either they cut that scene in the editing or they just didn't film it. But I really like the way that this just ended up being like a kind of a fun moment between the three of these three friends at the diner.
Not ruined by a predator coming in and making it about himself.
Yeah.
For once.
What do you think what do you think the contest was like 20 years ago, you know? How do you know it wasn't a sort of what's the St. Louis thing?
The one that who is that actress? Unbreakable Kimmy
Ellie-
Schmidt.
Ellie something. Yeah.
Kemper.
Gally Kemper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the night of the masked ball, whatever, something like that. Yeah.
I hope it wasn't like that. I guess if that's your question.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Don't know. Pacific Northwest? Don't know.
Audrey sits by the fireplace in her father's office as he enters with various religious texts, wishing to find the true meaning of good. Concerning Jack, he assures her that time heals all wounds and that if Jack promises to return, he would. After her trip to Seattle, she tells him that the Packards are using the Twin Peaks saving and loan to funnel cash for the Ghostwood development project. Ben asks her again about the Miss Twin Peaks wanting her to enter. She refuses, but he urges her to still make a speech.
You're telling me they're using the bank to move money around? This is highly suspicious. Another one of Catherine's classic schemes.
She's probably she probably thinks of it as scheming when she like parks her car, you know, like this will be convenient to get out here, you know, like
I do honestly feel that way when I get like a good parking spot, especially when I get to do the sacred pull through.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's big time.
What was the thing that he said about the Quran when he walked in? I was like, Dad, what do you have?
Oh,
Various religious texts. And this, my dear, is the Quran or something like that.
Yeah. He's got them all. He's hitting the books to get good. In his, like myopic, like finance guy type way of let me just like I don't know,
for this.
put the blinders on and read a bunch of stuff. Like I have to I'm gonna discover some sort of enlightenment that is just should be like kind of like intuitive or come naturally sort of thing. And we do hear a little bit of Audrey's theme again. That felt good to hear that. Audrey's dress, I'm a little worried about what that means for her character. I'm not really sure what to take from it. It's like a red flowing gown sort of thing. Seems to be pretty conspicuous.
Maybe there's some disagreement on set on whether she would eventually relent and join the contest. They're like, we'll decide later.
I think you can be conspicuous when you're becoming a how do you say it? Hotelier?
Sure. Yeah.
Would she be? Yeah. It's a
That's
good
true.
job to be conspicuous, you know?
Yes.
If you're a guy, you can dress up like who's the question mark guy in Batman? Not the Joker. Isn't there another
Riddler.
guy that's like a question mark?
The
Yeah, you can
Riddler.
dress up like that.
Oh, the
If you're a woman,
Riddler.
maybe
Yeah, I guess.
little Cruella DeVille style. She's kind of directionally going that way.
None of these are hoteliers. Who's our favorite hotelier?
No. It's a good question. I don't know. Who are some famous hoteliers?
Can't think of any. Just kidding. I can think of one really bad one.
Yeah. Maybe a fictional, but I was trying to think of a fictional one.
Gotcha. Anyway. But yeah, sure.
Okay. Andy studies the owl cave petroglyph. Cooper tells Harry that he believes Earl has targeted Briggs. Cooper then admits to Truman that he saw Bob following Josie's death, believing him to have been feeding off of Josie's fear, leading to her death. Having listened to this, Earl has an epiphany, learning that fear is the key to the Black Lodge. He departs, leaving a cage of Wow. How do you say that, spider? My brain just fell out.
Tarantula?
Tarantulas above Leo's head, set to drop if he lets go of a rope between his teeth.
No need to mention any of that stuff about Josie before, Cooper. Yeah, feel free to just keep that to yourself. Whatever, man. Bob comes from the Black Lodge, I guess we're learning. He really says that that's the evil in the woods that Truman has referenced before. That's just another name for the Black Lodge. Bob is drawn to fear. Yes, that makes sense. And yeah, I was so I watched this episode 2 weeks ago, and then I rewatched it this morning, and each time I forgot about the spider stuff, and I was expecting a knife to be hanging above him, not spiders.
Not like 2 spiders.
Yeah, the real eye roll stuff.
Yeah. And it was a lot of string. Like the shot was like it needed a bigger payoff for how long we were watching like his stupid little rinky setup for
his Rube Goldberg spider hat.
In that situation, I think I'm very afraid of spiders. I don't want them falling on me. I think I would still consider maybe like trying to get out even by myself.
Yeah.
I'd like maybe like pull it hard and then just run.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I could maybe like bring it down and like hold it or something and then like move out of the way or drop it. And also I mean I don't know a lot about tarantulas. I kind of feel like there's way worse spiders to drop on you. They're not.
They're just really scary. I think
they're just they're freaky and they might bite you. But I don't. Or maybe they wouldn't even. I feel like they bite like small bugs or something. I feel like they wouldn't just like tear your face off right away. There's way worse. There's not like get a really like poisonous spider there. That'd be scary.
Or scorpion.
That
would be scary. I don't know. I get what you mean, but I think I would rather be just drop some little tiny, barely visible spider on me that poisons me to death or whatever than the tarantula.
Really? You'd rather have a black widow drop on you and bite you and kill you?
Yeah, just like one of those ones that kind of just look like dust, you know?
Brown recluse style guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm less afraid of spiders than I thought, because I would take. I mean, I don't think I enjoy it at all, but I think I'd be like, ugh, and just like scrape the tarantula off and simply go on with my business
rather than staring up at it with your mouth open.
Yeah, or
just indefinitely
perishing from a venomous bite. Well, I hope I'm never in that situation, I guess.
Tim Pinkle teaches a dance of nature to the Miss Twin Peaks contestants while admiring the cleavage of one of the women. Lucy questions the dance, The judges discuss the qualities that exemplify Miss Twin Peaks. Mayor Milford states beauty and power. Dick states poise, sophistication, and breeding. And Norma states originality. She goes to make the score sheets, and Lana takes Dick to the storage room to help her find something, then seduces him.
Yeah, this is not my favorite scene. I think.
No. It's
wasn't it
kind of what you'd expect out of them doing a Twin Peaks contest, or like
guess so,
it's
yeah.
like, God, whatever it's gonna be.
Pinkle is the weasel guy, and I was kind of on his side with the weasel stuff, and it turns out he's a major pervert. So I'm less on his side now. He's the choreographer, and he gets like sloshed later, and is just like feeling up the log lady and stuff. Being the pervy weasel guy is kind of a tough reputation to have. I think I would try to, if I was already the weasel guy, I'd do my best to keep the rest of my behavior above board. And if I
want
was
to be the wholesome weasel guy at the very least.
yeah. And also, like, it's worse. It's than. But if I was gonna be the town pervert, I wouldn't also be the weasel guy. You know, be like, great. He's gonna ogle, but he doesn't have a weasel. At least.
Yeah.
Another case of the stars of the show stealing work from the other 52,000 townspeople or whatever. Like 52,000 people is enough to have at least one standalone pervert and a standalone weasel guy. We don't have to have people doubling up on jobs, you know?
I do want to shout out Dick's cardigan. His whole fit is really good here. It's awesome. There's a guy who walks through with like a deer. I don't know if it was just the head or what, but like that was kind of a funny mise en scène thing. Dick cares about breeding. What's going on with that?
Yeah. Ask him. Don't ask us.
But he's also trying to like get out of being a father. Or is he? Is he trying to?
Yeah, he doesn't. He has no interest in it. Yeah. And
I mean, real life people do exactly the same thing today, though, too, right? Haven't we learned there are millions of people like that online? Okay. You can identify them with the little blue check on Twitter or whatever.
There are people who don't want to have responsibility, but do want people to be breeding and call it breeding.
Yes, a lot of people concerned about breeding rates and whatnot, but odd circumstances of their own.
And then, okay, so in the script, the mayor just straight up bribes Dick, gives him like $300 to vote for Lana in this scene. And then Lana takes him into the closet to seduce him, which does seem to be a little hat on a hat situation to me, I think. Like one or the other. I think they made the right call by only doing one of those. Didn't much care for that scene either. Although it is funny that it didn't work, I guess. Ultimately, he didn't vote for Lana.
Which is even more fucked somehow.
I guess so, yeah.
Well, is it bribery? We need a lawyer back on the podcast to help confirm, I think. Is it bribery if you take the bribe but you don't do the thing?
I think yeah.
Okay.
That's at least taking advantage of your like.
Okay.
Because there's no way you can like get out of bribery by just being like, yeah, sure, you can take the bribe, just don't do it.
Made her think I would do it.
Yeah.
Well, is it anything else? Is it any more illegal than bribery then?
Well, I guess it just
You're taking a
gifts, right?
bribe.
There's no quid on that pro, right, or whatever. It's not in exchange for anything. That's how you get Eric Adams racking up Turkish Airlines miles and stuff, right? That's not technically a bribe or whatever was going on with it. Just like we're just doing gifts, no expectation in. I
But
don't
it's
know.
still a bribe because they expected you to do it and you accepted it, right?
And what Eric Adams did, that was fine, right? Like, and we all that was he was all good through and through.
We're happy with the way that played out.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's move on from this scene.
Cooper records a tape for Diane after meditating, updating her on the progress in the case. Annie then comes requesting help on her speech for the contest. Their discussion of trees ends in them making love. Everyone needs help on their speech. It seems it's having an outsized role in their concern about the events.
It seems to be, well, I guess, yeah, no one's worried too much about the routine. Their dance portion. The speech is a bigger deal. Cooper speaking.
I like
Go ahead.
I like when Lucy spins around on her butt. That was a good dance move.
Yeah, I guess we'll get
She should
to.
have done the whole thing like that.
I do want to hear like who you guys are rooting for, who you would have voted for, in the pageant, etc. I think we'll hold that till later. But I want to say this: Cooper speaking into his tape recorder, Diane, as we've seen him do many times before, saying, "I've completed my second meditation of the day, and I feel completely refreshed." This is a guy who's about to crash out harder than you've ever seen. If he says that, like I'm feeling totally good right now, guys.
I just need another sesh real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I read an article yesterday or so, which was actually pretty stupid, but it was about European people complaining about Americans at saunas, and somebody had like a little testimony in there that was like, yeah, I was at a sauna in Finland, and some American guy like burst out of the sauna right as I was walking in, and he was like, I can feel my dopamine levels rising to levels I've never had before. Whatever. This is that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The grind set version of meditation.
Yeah. Did we catch? I mean, I think he's basically said as much before, but he uses a particular adjective to describe Annie here to Diane. Why he's into her so much? Did we catch this word that he used?
No.
Mm-mm.
He's into Annie because her observations are childlike. That's what he
Oh,
said.
and pure.
My
Oh, yeah.
goodness.
That's not the right reason.
Yeah. Again, I don't think the show is. God, how do we feel? How do we think about this? I don't think the show is like, yeah, Cooper is. I don't think they think that like Cooper's a pedophile. I don't think that's what they're saying. But I do think there has to be some sort of conscious commentary about like an attraction to the kind of purity or perceived purity that is has infected everybody in Twin Peaks apparently, and that couldn't have gone over their heads with this. And then the other mention about this scene here, Cooper still just walks over to it. If someone knocks on his door, he just like walks over and opens it. No worries about what might be on the other side. Again, bro, you got shot. Yeah. Stay frosty out there. And then also in the screenplay, the tree metaphor is even like more tortured and extended, and they like are making out and still like talking about trees. And it just goes on longer than it really needs to.
That's tragic. I'm very glad that that's not what I watched.
If it weren't for Cooper saying he is into Annie because she's childlike, I guess I would. I think I don't mind their relationship. Like but like that's just throwing some flags up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unintentionally or not, it's kind of doing the like the politician thing of like, well, I do believe this other thing, and so I'm gonna try to at the very last minute draw a distinction between this uh slightly more moderate version of the evil thing that I believe in and the other people like yeah, it's really bad what like Bob did in the first season. But there's nothing wrong with Cooper and his own moderate way of being interested in children.
I mean, it's I don't want to say it's even creepier in this way because it's whatever, but it really like yeah, it's like okay, ooh, Annie has like she's fresh to the world, out of the nunnery or whatever she was in, and like all of her observations of the world are totally fresh and uncolored by her life before somehow, which is not the case, obviously. Like, it's like he's fetishizing this like perceived idea of like, oh, this is just somebody who is like grew up in a bubble and then nothing happened, and then suddenly here's an adult body but child brain. Isn't that good for me or whatever? But like Annie said, like, yeah, what do you think? Like, we had like cable TV. Also, we know that she's been through some shit too. Like, she's had a past. We know, like,
She grew up in Twin Peaks.
yeah. and
like,
and also like, I mean, it's still like you're still alive when you're a nun. I don't know, you're still like experiencing life. So this is a real like imagined totem he's constructed of who Annie is, I think. Because there's nothing about her that really seems, it's not like she's poor thingsing around, I don't think. She's she has just plenty of personality and observations. I don't know. Yeah, she seems well
she just
adjusted,
seems open-minded. Like, she's like, I'll give that a try. Like,
right?
just kind of like, not like, oh, that's great. Like, she seems like she's just kind of like laughing at things and giving it a try.
Yeah, I mean, sure, she's never ordered a drink at a bar, but like, that's the very like specific one-off.
See if you can imagine what it's like. You order, but what you're ordering is something you weren't allowed to have until now. Like, it's
yeah, it's pretty easy to track there. All right, enough of this, Cooper.
Enough of ominous sounding things. Let's process this next sentence. Nadine shows her wrestling slides to Mike, Ed, Norma, and Dr. Jacoby. Jacoby then takes control of the meeting, gathered to discuss the divorce or breakup, asking for each of their feelings on the separation. Ed reveals to Nadine that he and Norma plan on marrying, which causes Nadine to say that she and Mike are doing the same, crushing Mike's hand.
I guess they do this, but I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that they would do this, but do wrestling people really watch tape the way that like football players do?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, I guess, yeah.
Because who wants to
Thinking about it
see
out loud, I guess
that?
maybe why not, but I don't know. It seems a little different. Something about it seems different. She has slides too, to be fair to me. To be fair to me, it's not tape, it's slides.
In all fairness to what I said, I do think the slideshow was
She's kind of doing
hilarious.
the JFK style thing. Forget how they say it in that, but like 1 and 2. 1 and 2.
I did find the slideshow very funny. That
Wasn't she like, look at these kids I also like, though? Wasn't she like, this kid's cute?
Yeah,
He was cute,
yeah.
but
I guess she was
beat
like, yeah,
him.
this kid was cute. Like he had like strong thighs, but I pinned him in a minute flat kind of thing. Like kind of disappointed that he didn't put up more of a fight. I guess, yeah, that's not great. In the screenplay, it describes Mike as having the look of someone who is sexually satisfied with his partner. You know, you know that look that a high schooler might have. And Nadine straight up like breaks his arm, right? Like that's
Yeah, it
that's
doesn't
what
just
happened.
crush his hand.
Yeah, like the sound design on it too. She just fucking rips his arm off.
It's a weird scene. I feel like Jacoby was pretty a muted performance here,
Yeah,
relatively speaking.
this is the first time he's kind of doing the weird, you know, doctor thing. And it almost feels like he's having the thought to himself, like, okay, I'm a little in over my head.
I agree.
I thought something would have happened differently by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because his
For
his
my
method.
final plan, they're getting married. This will definitely end.
Legally.
We're getting married too. Ah,
Right.
fuck, I'm all out of options, all out of ideas now.
Yeah, I mean, that is his like MO, right? It's just kind of like you just lean into the delusion as hard as you can and eventually it resolves itself somehow. Although I don't know.
He's had practice on this method, you know?
Yeah.
More practice than most.
What if Nadine also starts like becoming General Lee or whatever? Wait, Jacoby, what's going on, dude? Like, what are you?
Would Jacoby let her go to middle school if she like?
Absolutely.
I think I'm in middle school now.
Of course. There's this Jacoby guy. Not a big fan of him. I got to be honest, you guys.
Major Briggs staggers back towards civilization, encountering Deputy Hawk, who takes him back to the station.
Sorry, I've got one more I have to take us back. They should do one of those like I forget who does it. This is like Vice. Those YouTube videos that are like real mob boss analyzes boss mob movies. They should do that for a psychologist. And I know
I was really worried you're going to be the
I
real
feel-
pedophile talks about Twin Peaks.
no. They should do that for a psychologist with Dr. Jacoby. And I will I'll bet. I'll get on Kalshi.com or whatever and bet that there would be more than we would like to imagine, that the psychologist would be like, yeah, this is pretty real. That's exactly
not
what
a bad
I would do in
idea.
this situation as well.
I would try it similarly.
Okay, sorry.
No, we got Major Briggs back. Still under the influence of hyperidol, the Major speaks incoherently to Cooper and Truman. Andy comes back to observe the petroglyph.
Andy's locked in on that chalkboard. It's great. He's figuring it out. He's the only one who comes out of this episode clean, I think.
Yeah.
And Coop sniffs Briggs. He's like, haloperidol. Just checking it out.
I give this to people all the time. Do you think you would be trying to inform the Briggs family that he has been found, or would you be rushing off to just continue whatever you're doing?
I think it's absolutely worth notifying the family, like probably like right away. Like Harry
Get him
was
to
like,
a
"I waited for
hospital.
you, Cooper."
He's shaking.
It sounds like you've had time. Maybe get Doc Hayward like in the mix too on this. I think it's
Maybe the doctor. Yeah.
Maybe Jacoby. He thinks he's in a castle. We need to like pursue that.
Yeah, it says something about the king of Romania is not able to attend in the woods. Yeah, Harry just seems to be like, this is further evidence actually. Like we've brought this up before. Harry's allergic to doing his job and is really just interested in Cooper doing it for him. And so like he waited for Cooper to show up. And he's like, all right, Cooper, I waited for you. Now you can take it from here. Like he was actually helping by not doing anything. Harry, I'm on to you. You son of a bitch.
Okay, while you were gone, I got really caffeinated, so I should be ready. And it's like you just sat there and drink coffee. Thank you.
All right, I want to talk about my favorite scene.
Andrew, Pete, and Catherine continue to struggle in opening the metal box. Frustrated, Andrew takes out a revolver and shoots the box, which successfully blows holes in it, revealing a safety deposit key. Catherine takes the key and places it in the cake saver.
So this is why I can't have a gun. Among the reasons why I can't have a gun, that I would be trying to like get my like PC to do something and then pull a Packard and get the blower out and just start firing at it to try to solve the problem. This was my favorite scene because of that.
I do. I mean, we've complained about them in the past, but I've always been a big Catherine head, and I like Pete as well. That said, and yeah, I find them all very endearing. This storyline is kind of becoming a like, what's going on at the retirement home sort of B plot, which I like. That's what made me laugh about this. But it's just like a quick 2-minute cut to old people trying to open a box,
Yeah,
and then resorting to guns.
Bam, 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 bam.
And then they cheer at the end, if I remember correctly, sort of cheer for themselves. Like, hell yeah, we've still got it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we don't do that in the kitchen. I don't know. We could find somewhere else to shoot the gun. But yeah, they don't trust each other. Catherine and Andrew. They put the key in plain sight, I guess.
I feel like Andrew says the expression wrong.
Yes.
He says something about what does he say?
He says like brother, like sister. Because Pete says, you two don't trust each other? And Catherine's like, oh, we trust each other. And then Andrew says, like brother, like sister. When he should, it's just, I think he means to be saying, and in the script, it's like brother and sister.
It reminds me of the first episode when Cooper asks, like, can you leave or something like that? And the guy says his name. and they left it in.
Yes. Which that was a great moment.
Yeah. Anything more to say about the mystery box?
No, I don't give a shit about the mystery box whatsoever. Don't care about whatever this key is.
Can we get everyone's take on what's it's gonna unlock?
The Black Lodge.
A hatch.
A hatch.
Fuck.
Oh, could you edit Twin Peaks and Lost together? All of the worst parts of each show to create just the best show of all time.
Can you imagine Locke with a transatlantic accent? That'd be cool.
That would be great. I love that. He's
dressed up like the fits that they would put Locke in.
Yes.
On this show.
They really should. I mean, they did change clothes like every episode of Lost, but it'd be cool if they were all like luxurious wool cardigans and stuff every time.
Dressed for Miss Twin Peaks, Donna comes down and demands to know her mother's association with Horn. Her parents do not budge on the subject and she leaves. I understand like it being hard to accept something, but does she not follow yet?
I think she knows.
She just wants someone to admit it.
Yeah.
She knows. She wants somebody to admit. Yeah. I found her dress. You guys brought up Audrey before. I found her dress very
the giant bow
distracting in a bad way. Oh, yeah.
I liked it. I liked your dress.
It's I don't know. It's a little costumey.
Yeah, she's going to a pageant.
For my taste.
It's an interesting outfit to wear when you're demanding from your parents to know who your real father is.
Yeah. It's kind of like alt video game character outfit in a way. Not quite there, but a little bit.
And like starting the cutscene, and you're like, "Oh shit, I wore this cut.
I'm wearing this silly
costume."
outfit.
Yeah.
The Soviet hat on Pablo Escobar. Or
I think
whatever,
with it all the
from
time,
back
Ben.
in
That
the
was
day.
the funniest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cooper points out planetary positions on the petroglyph, as the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn is key to the opening of the lodge. Briggs says that fear and love open the doors, and mentions a queen. Cooper finds this to mean the winter of Miss Twin Peaks, and that Earl will take her to the Black Lodge. Andy has an epiphany about the petroglyph, but is ignored, and he knocks over the bonsai plant, leading them to discover that Wyndham Earl has been spying on them. Cooper and Truman leave, ignoring Andy's pleas to listen.
Real frustrating scene for a number of reasons. First of all, Cooper talking about astrology as though it's real. Come on, bro. Like Jupiter, of course,
That's over the line
is
for you.
expansion. Saturn is contraction. Obviously, he's like historically, Jupiter has meant expansion and Saturn has meant contraction. Shut up.
Is this the scene when Harry's like, "I'm not following"? And
Yes.
then Cooper's like, "We got to be somewhere at a certain time."
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Sure, whatever, man. And then he's like, okay, there's the Black Lodge, and then there's a White Lodge. The fear leads to one, and love leads the other. Glenn Howerton voice, 2 lodges. Listen to Andy,
Maybe-
I guess. Listen
maybe-
up. That's the most frustrating part of the scene to me, is ignoring Andy.
I mean, this is just a common TV movie trope that I find frustrating.
It's
in
never
general.
fun. I don't know.
And it's not going to happen that way in real life. Shut
What's
the
up,
fuck
Andy?
up. Stop it. Don't step out of the room. Or just say the thing. Just say the thing.
Right.
Don't say Cooper. Just say it.
And that it's like un-Cooper-ish to like dismiss people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point. I think that's probably what irked me, like subconsciously what irked me more than anything is, yeah, I mean, he'll take like the log lady's advice, kind of things like this is what your log said, and he'll like take it seriously.
What does the log say?
Yeah.
But not
And-
what is an officer? What is this human being that you seem to like have? You like Andy. Maybe he needs your help.
I don't like people ignoring, or I guess it's unsettling when there's somebody ignoring a person off in the background solving a problem as well. I guess it probably happens in real life, but I don't like that. It was very like, it's very like, this is definitely not the best call for it, but it's like The Ring. It reminds me of The Ring, sort of like you've got some adults in the foreground talking about some shit, and then you've got your kid off in the background getting himself cursed or whatever. And Andy's kind of doing the same thing with the chalkboard, just staring deeply into it.
So I'm on Andy's side on this. I will also say though, dude, insist. You do need to speak up a little bit here. You could also just say it's a map. You know, be like,
Yeah.
Excuse me, Agent Cooper. I have a thing I'd like to say to you that I think might be important. Just, you could blurt it out. You could insist. Be like, no, this is important. I think I solved it. Come on. God damn
Honestly, you're a cop in the 90s too. Just fire your gun indoors up into the ceiling.
What do they call it on the other guys?
Desk pop. Hit them with the desk
Yeah.
pop. Get their attention.
What happened? I know this is like, I don't know when to mention this, but because it's not relevant now, but it's not going to be ever. Like the chess situation? Like it feels like
Yeah.
like the writers like gave up on it in a way that like they should have gone back and maybe written it off on the episodes they did include it on.
Didn't seem to turn
We're
into
off
much,
the board,
did it?
remember? We're off the
Yeah,
board.
it was. There was this decision that like, oh, okay, Wyndham is not playing by the rules anymore because he decided that Cooper wasn't playing by the rules anymore by getting Pete to do the chess. And like the whole time, we're not playing chess anyway. So
Right.
Yeah.
It was never just fine.
They should have
I guess-
leaned into They should have done. Actually, I have no idea what the origin of this game is, but it's a TV show. They should have done Chinese checkers and brought back some of the Tibet stuff from early in the first season.
The Miss Twin Peaks contestants dance. Lucy commences the show's talent section with a dance performance of her own. Bobby looks out into the crowd and sees the log lady, but sees another log lady backstage. He looks out again to see that the log lady has disappeared. He goes to the one backstage and is knocked out by her, revealing that she is actually Wyndham Earl.
What? A real Hitman ass scene. I've been playing that a ton lately, and it continues.
Helmut Kruger.
Who are you guys rooting for, pageant wise? Who would you vote for?
Who has originality?
I thought Lucy's
Well, okay, I was
dance
thinking to myself-
she's like a legit good dancer.
That was pretty good, yeah.
I'm not
Also
voting
kind of
until I
funny
see all
to-
the talent.
Yeah, you gotta say that. We gotta be fair. I did
Yeah,
think she's doing the pregnancy thing, but also the dance on the same day. I thought that was a little.
You can dance when you're
I don't
pregnant.
know. I'm not an OBGYN. I'm not any kind of doctor, but I feel like you shouldn't. I don't know. Can you dance when you're that far along?
How far along
How-
is she? She's not.
Yeah,
that,
it's like
Actually,
this
I don't
show-
know.
so
I,
don't
feel
think
like we've already established this show moves a lot slower than we think it does.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, isn't it like week 2 of Cooper being in Twin Peaks?
Yeah,
Sure.
Laura,
So she's
Laura
like-
like just died last month, kind of thing.
Okay. She's like 8 weeks pregnant or something. Okay. You can smoke
Yeah.
then too, I presume.
Again, he's
Again,
not
it's
a doctor.
Please, please don't listen to him. Yeah, we only get to see 2 performances and then like an excerpt of 2 speeches, but we see Lucy's dance. That seems like a good dance. We see Lana's dance, which was so funny to me. I don't know. Like, I think that belly dancing was like must have been like a 90s craze or something. Like sort of like a Jacoby like tiki lifestyle thing that like is very out of time now, that like doesn't have nearly the cachet that it maybe did. Or you know what, and it was probably outdated by 91 too, but like maybe it's like a 60s thing, or I don't know.
I was kind of squint. Yeah, I mean, they do that in like James Bond. They do that in like the beginning of Thunderball or whatever
Sure,
too.
yeah.
I was kind of thinking about that too, squinting at it like, is this cultural appropriation, or is this sort of like the tiki stuff where it was always just white people doing it from the beginning?
Well, I'll tell
Is
you,
there
in
any-
this script,
Is there anything problematic about this?
in the script, it says that Lana dances to sensual Near East rhythms.
Yeah.
I do think
Isn't
that
the Near East from the Pacific Northwest? The Near East should be like
here.
Iowa,
Yeah.
Chicago.
I did really like the music for Lana's dance. That's why I kept rewatching the scene and I had to explain myself. But I thought it was a very good bass line. Explaining to my wife, like, yeah, no, listen to the bass line.
No, the bass line in Ex Machina, like the scene, like when the robot's dancing, I just love just the bass line.
And it's the mix is different on the Blu-ray, so that's why I can't just listen to the soundtrack. Okay, and then so Audrey did end up entering, because we see her speech. She's not in any of the other shots, I don't think, or the other scenes. She's written into this, like it's weird. Nadine and Lucy speak some of like Audrey and Shelley's lines. Like when Lucy's like, what exactly are you having us do here, to like the choreographer? That was actually Audrey saying that in the script. And I'm guessing Cheryl and Finn, imagine Amik are like higher build or something, like getting and making them like do all the dress up stuff or something. Like I don't know. Like can we? We're gonna make Lucy and Nadine go through it, but not the higher up the call sheet. I'm not. I don't know what that's about.
Was
But
Audrey learning the choreography?
she wasn't in that scene. I don't think.
But she was originally intended to be.
Yeah.
So
No, Audrey danced in
You
the
see,
first
we
part.
see her dance.
Yeah, she's in when they're wearing the raincoats, the clear raincoats.
Okay, maybe we see her do that, but we
The
don't see
group
her in like
dance.
the rehearsal. I don't think.
Yes.
why is
just
she
does her
doing that
speech
if she's
later.
not going to?
I mean, I think
guess
she
they
is.
said you can't give a speech if you can't. If you don't
No, I
do
think the character Audrey is like has entered the pageant and is like supposed to have been there, but I just don't think that they made Cheryl and Finn, or she didn't do the scenes, some of the scenes, I guess. And so we see an excerpt from her speech, Audrey's speech, seemed good, and we see an excerpt from Annie's speech, also seemed good. But
Annie's really playing into your original theory of the show. Episode 1, you called out some of that.
oh, yeah, it's sort of like the
Native American
indigenous
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trees are life and such. I would really like to see Lucy's speech, I think. And
Sure.
I want to see everybody's performances. I don't know why I'm so hung up on this.
The whole season's been about this, and they're
Mm-hmm.
not letting you see any of it.
Well, what do you think Lucy's speech would have been about?
She was going to talk about the beer cans in the lake and how styrofoam never
that's right, yeah.
dies.
Sure.
And I bet it would have been very
That's true.
moving. And I wanted to see what Bobby came up with for Shelley, you know? Like what could have she would
I
have
love
said.
how there's a talent portion, but they're all like, "What am I going to do for this speech?" And it's like, "What are you going to do for the talent?" That's what I would be worried about.
What do you think Shelley did for the talent?
What does she like to do?
Coffee?
That's her job.
I feel like this is is it the Beckler test or something? Like I feel
The
like this is
Bechdel.
an indication that she's definitely Twin Peaks has definitely failed, that we have no idea what she
what
would
does
do
she
for the
like
talent.
to do? Yeah, I mean, she likes Invitation to Love. Maybe it's storytelling. She tells she weaves a tale, or it's poetry.
Maybe she does a scene, you know? The voices.
Yeah, she does Ben's log lady voice.
Yeah.
We skipped over it a little bit, but the descriptions, Lucy finishes her dance as Cooper and Truman arrive just before Lana does a dance of contortionistic jazz exotica. Andy arrives to speak to Agent Cooper, but is distracted by Lana's performance, as most of the men in attendance are. Audrey delivers her speech, and Donna approaches Ben backstage, asking him about his association with her mother. He states a better course of action and a place to bring information to light, wishing to do the right thing. She runs upon realizing the likelihood of him being her father.
He feels compelled to tell the truth. And doesn't ever actually say it. I will say, like, I do think
What
that
did he say? He says it so softly. I didn't even catch it. What does he say?
he's like, your mother and I. And he kind of like trails off, I think. And then Donna like says, you're my father, and runs away. I think she actually
Interesting.
verbalizes that. I think Ben does say the right thing as far as like, what if we all talked about this like together or something, or like
I don't think this is the time or the place.
yeah.
True. Correct, actually.
Yeah. A rare social W on Ben's part.
You need to wear We both need to just wear normal clothes for this conversation too.
We can't. I can't tell you when you have the big bow on. I'm sorry.
You're dressed up like a present. Yeah.
Annie delivers her speech, which moves the audience and judges, except Milford, while Earl lurks about the stage. Voting commences, and Lucy pulls Andy and Dick aside to tell them that she has chosen Andy to act as the father of her child, regardless of who is biologically responsible. Dick congratulates them and leaves to make his vote, and Andy goes to find Agent Cooper, much to Lucy's irritation.
I liked this scene.
Me
quite a
too.
bit. Very funny.
Andy rules. He is very excited to be the father. And I think Lucy is right to be annoyed with this. But also like, yeah, he does need to find Cooper too. And he is very excited to be the dad. And I ship Lucy and Andy. Good team.
Should have been very obvious a long time ago in some ways. But also Andy, maybe it wasn't bad for Andy to like realize that he needs to step up a little bit.
Yeah.
After the votes are in, Dr. Hayward announces Annie as the contest winner. Earl shuts out the lights, then turns on a strobe effect, all while activating a smoke bomb. In the chaos, Nadine is hit in the head by a sandbag, and Earl manages to kidnap Annie. When the lights are turned back on, Andy finally finds Cooper and tells him that the petroglyph is a map.
As the hitman stuff continues. Excellent. Excellent, 47. Now find the exit.
Turn the strobe on. The people's brains shut down during a strobe. I mean, mine do. Mine does. But
it's kind of a cool scene. The chaos and shooting it with a strobe going on. It's kind of fun.
I love any strobe stuff. Yeah,
it's pretty effective.
In real life, to be honest, too. It looks good on film. It's pretty fun in real life.
I'm gonna start living my life in strobe, moving around.
Yeah,
like I'm stop motion.
Yeah, I talked about the Zoetrope record a couple of weeks ago on one of the podcasts. That kind of thing. It's fun. Live your life in however, not even 24 frames per second. I don't know what this normal strobe light is. We probably get like 8 or something. I don't know how many strobes you get.
In honor of the strobe, I will be editing a very annoying flickering light this entire episode for anyone watching on YouTube. You're welcome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Annie is Miss Twin Peaks. She gets kidnapped, and we just kind of ends on Andy telling Cooper.
Someone makes a good point. That's bullshit. She just got here.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Dick is like, yeah, she made a good speech, and the mayor's like, she's been here for 15 minutes.
Was it the mayor?
You had asked at the beginning who we were rooting for, and I was thinking to myself, like, when they announce Annie, Cooper has a very negative reaction, which whatever, I get it, because he likes Annie, but like, nothing would have been good. Well, I was thinking that, I was like, nothing would have been good, and then I realized, no, there would have been a good alternative, which is pick everyone of the police officers and whatnot would be wiping their brow, saying, phew, if they had picked just one of the regular people from Twin Peaks, one of the few women that were from normal Twin Peaks, they'd be like, we can move on now.
And what did Cooper take was it the giant that was like appeared to him and said like, no. He just like,
that must be for somebody else.
Is it someone behind me?
Yeah.
Talking to me.
Okay. Also, they knew that like, okay, Wyndham Earl is definitely going to kill the person who wins. So we're the police, right? Well, what we're gonna do then is just like wait for the competition to be over, and then like, okay, we just gotta guard whoever wins instead of
We're
being
gonna
like,
still have the competition.
yeah, obviously we'll just have a competition. No, be like, hold on, shut it down, dude.
At least a 2-hour delay for us to do a quick
For
perimeter
like the
check.
deputies to get there, that Harry called in. This is really poor job on everyone's part here.
What do you
Okay.
maybe put like a little Apple tag on, on all the competitors at the very least? Maybe you're not going to prep. Maybe you're kind of evil mode, so you're not going to prep them. When you put a little tracker, or secretly prepare all of them for your next step instead of like, okay,
I like my plan better rather than tracking the women
not
of
do anything.
the Miss Twin Peaks pageant.
Well, so
There's
what you
more
asked
than one
about,
way to skin a cat.
you asked about earlier, would you take care of the major? Would you take the major to a doctor or no? If I'm the law enforcement there, I'm saying, be sagely, wokely saying, that's not my job. That's that's emotional labor. That's literal emotional labor that I'm not gonna do. I'm just gonna keep doing my job.
Is it woke to set boundaries?
I think if you say emotional labor, you're
being woke.
Engaging
there.
in. Okay.
You're being yeah.
Outfit of the episode. I'm giving it to Dick Tremaine, despite his comments on breeding and getting sucked off in the closet behavior. Still has a good fit. Can't deny the man's got taste.
Despite, you probably have to put that ahead of all of the people we've awarded anything in this show. All of the men in this show for sure. Despite their past behavior, we will hand it to them.
Yes. I did like Donna's dress, but I know you guys didn't really dig it that much.
No.
And Dick just has like the wool that is more in keeping with what the spirit of the award is.
I'm happy with Dick. I won't elaborate further.
Any stand-up performances we want to nominate from this episode? Who's doing a really good job? Okay, listen. No one's rushing to say anything. And I did promise in the last recap episode, I promised that we were going to have nothing but bangers from here on out. I promised nothing but 5-star classics. I didn't find this one to be a 5-star classic myself.
No.
I like this episode more than the recent ones, though.
I agree, but it wasn't the significant step up in quality that I've been led to expect.
Sure.
This seemed to be like an okay version of what we had been seeing for the last little while here.
Sure. Yeah. I gotta be honest. I've just been biding my time until we get to Firewalk with me.
Well, call me Steph Curry because I'm hitting a 3 on this out of 5.
Call me a guy who just made 4 free throws because I would give it a 4.
You're giving this a 4?
I would give it a 4.
All right. I guess who are we calling? What are we calling you?
Call me someone who tried to hit the 3. It bounced off, and they're going back up for a 2.
I should have been a guy who did a 3 and then got an and 1. Damn.
Well, I like
That's the episode.
missing the 3, but still self rebound.
Yes,
Is good. Nice. Kind of like an alley oop from half court, where you
yes.
bounce it off the backboard to yourself, going for the dunk. That's a 2. This is the biggest spread on any episode, I think. I don't think we've ever had people be 2 apart on the votes.
No.
Interesting.
I don't think I had much fun this episode. I have been dreading this plot occurring, and it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but it was definitely along the parameters I expected.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not to worry. Nothing but bangers from here on out. I guarantee it. 5-star classics from now until the end of the podcast. And I understand. I've decided to live as if I'm in 1991 for the remainder of this podcast. We're watching there's only one more episode of Twin Peaks. There's only an hour of Twin Peaks content remaining. It's the series finale next week. Season 2, episode 21, aka episode 29. That's what we're going to be watching. And there has been no further content announced. So everything will be resolved, I believe, by that point.
I wonder what's gonna happen. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna be resolved.
Who
I'll be
killed
curious
Laura
to see
Palmer?
what was there. What's the current state of the show to resolve?
Can't wait to find out what has been happening this whole time. Thanks for listening to the show. Check us out over on patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And folks, as always, Ben, hit him with the catchphrase.
Twin Peaks?
Twin Peaks. Goodbye. This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.